guess I should just let you know right up front, this is a test. Even though it's going to be a cast, it's a test. So if it comes through clearly, then it was successful. If not, then I'll talk about the same thing on the next actual cast. But I had to just come up because I know a lot of people don't like the fact that we here. And when I say here, I'm talking about freedmen. I'm not talking about people of color. I'm not talking about minorities. I'm not talking about African Americans. I'm talking about freedmen. Because if you're a freedman, that means you got people whose bones were buried on this soil. And their people's bones were buried on this soil. And they were probably enslaved by white racist dogs. The myth is over that people own slaves just as a way of business. You own slaves if you were racist. That's just the way it is. And anybody that doesn't want to admit that, then that's their problem. You know, let me get this on. I had to do a couple of face-to-faces today. I had to go to the hardware store. This kind of what plugged the post. And then had to go grab some lunch at one of our favorite lunchtime establishments. So, I don't know why people don't like us just because we're us, but I know that they really don't like us when we are us and we're amplified, when we are us and we are abundant, when we are us and we are upright, when we are us. That's just who we are. Because when we're not that, when we're not upright, when we're not abundant, when we're not feeling good about ourselves, that's when people really like to kick us. And unfortunately, that's a lot of times when people like us. Most people like downtrodden black folks. They love downtrodden black folks. Oh, they like them Negroes. Most white people like that Negro. Oh. And like I said, I don't know if this is actually clear. This is the first time I've done a mobile with the new HAPS platform in a while. Last time, it didn't work out well. This one's probably not going to work out well either. But I bet you they got those fucking Lil Nas X hearts floating over. We'll see how long before it cancels the stream. It canceled it abruptly last time. I wasn't even talking about nothing greasy. Today, I don't even know if it's there. I don't know if people can see it. I'm moving a little bit too much to check to see if it is on YouTube, if it is on Facebook, if it is on Twitter. But if it is, then you're catching it. If not, then you'll catch what I'm saying later when I do something and I'm sitting still. But I went into this hardware store that I love going into. I love Stadium Hardware. Stadium Hardware is my favorite hardware store. It's my favorite place to be. It's like my own little miniature Home Depot. It's like Homeboy Depot. Because that hardware store has been around longer than I have. So I've always liked that hardware store. Even when I didn't live in town, I would like coming to Stadium Hardware to do my thing. So today, I had to do my thing. And the person at the counter didn't particularly like the way I was doing my thing because I brought up some stuff that I bought, and I had a whole bunch of them. I didn't even know how many I had because I just grabbed handsfuls, lined them all up and grabbed a handful. And he said, "How many do you have?" And I said, "I don't know." Because partly I thought that was the cashier's job, to count how many things I have, because you need to put that into the cash register. Now, I know some people may come up and they may know exactly how many they have, but I really didn't know how many I have. I grabbed as many as my hands could hold because I didn't want to get a cart. I didn't want to get a basket. It's dangerous in that store. I know Target and Walmart and all these other stores are dangerous when you get a cart. So a lot of people get that hand basket and it should be overflowing, like 44 items in a hand basket, and you still want to go through the Scan Plus. Okay. 10 items or less. Okay, fuck you. Not fuck you, but fuck the people who do that. With a cart full of shit and they go through 15 items or less. and gonna stand slow. Got it. So it is what it is. But he didn't realize that asking me how many I had was a problem, because it was a problem. It showed laziness on his part. After I told him I didn't know, he looked at them. He didn't grab them and start counting. Start throwing them in a bag, because I was going to purchase them, so he could have grabbed them and started throwing them in a bag. He looked at them. So I scooted them back to my space, and I started counting them my way. And my way is going to be the smart ass way, because I don't work there. I'm not collecting a wage at Stadium Hardware. You are, motherfucker. So you are going to now wait for me to count my way. And I know my way looked a little remedial to him, but it turns out he was the motherfucker who came from special ed. He was the motherfucker that got taken out of the regular class and had to go down the hallway and learn some shit for 3-4 hours while everybody else learned the regular lesson. He had to learn the special lesson. It is what it is. And like I said, I don't know if this is clear or not, so don't put a lot of stock in it. I didn't even give it the here's the thing, because I said I'm going to be moving. Let me see if I can actually go live in the car again. Maybe kind of get back some of that old stuff. But the way Haps done fucked it all up, they put more weight into putting the purple hearts up there than to giving you the capabilities to be mobile. So whatever it is. So now that I got a stoplight, let's see if I can actually see online. Let's see. Am I online? Oh, I am moving. Okay. I am moving. Okay, so cool. So, let's see if it's on YouTube. Yeah. So, yep, it's showing on YouTube too. All right. YouTube also. When you say YouTube too, I guess that's correct. I hate when people say, yeah, I'm going there too. And I'm like, no, you're going there too also. Okay, got it. All right. Anyway, it's hard out here for a grammatically correct motherfucker. Anyway. So he didn't like the fact that I didn't know how many I had. I didn't like the fact that he didn't jump right on it, because he should be Johnny on the spot. Once I tell him I don't know, he should be counting them up so he can cash me out. So he made me count them. And I counted them the way I knew would take the longest. I didn't count them by ones. I made a stack of one, which you don't really make a stack of one. Then I made a stack of 2, a stack of 3, a stack of 4, a stack of 5, a stack of 6, and a stack of 7. I did that purposely because I knew it would take time to do that. And then I was going to say, you see how many it is? Because that's what I did. You see how many it is? He didn't know. He was like, well, you got a whole lot of stacks there. He didn't realize that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He just saw the way I was separating it. I only did it because he was being an asshole, because he didn't grab them and start shuffling them himself. So I said 28. He's like, you sure? Because it looked like more than 28 because the way I had them spread out and the way I had them stacked up. And I'm like, yep. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. 5 plus 10 is 15. 6 plus 15 is 21. And 21 plus 7 is 28. That's exactly what I did. Did not give a fuck that the line is now backing up behind me, because it was his fucking fault. Because he didn't like me. Only reason I know he didn't like me, and I know people are like, how do you know he didn't like you? You're always doing this. You race baiting, you this, that, and the other. Last time I went in there, totally remembered, I was wearing the same shit I'm wearing today. I wear all black pretty much every day. I might wear some gray sweatpants every now and then, but I'm wearing all black today. Mostly wear all black every day. Black sweatpants, black sweat jacket. Some of my hoodies have something on them, some don't. And last time I was in there, he said, what does that mean? And I made him say it. I was like, what's that? Publicly black. I was like, well, it means I'm publicly black. Some people are privately black, and some people are publicly black. I'm publicly black. He was like, well, isn't every black person publicly black? And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. And at that point, there was people behind me, so I was like, you know what? Really don't have time for this discussion, but I'd be happy to tell you how people are not publicly black. But I think you can pretty much figure it out. But just to let you know, I am publicly black. That's why I'm wearing the hoodie. I got the same motherfucker today that didn't want to fucking count the things. Maybe he remembered who I was because I'm the same fat motherfucker who had the publicly black hoodie on last time. So maybe he thought he'd be a smart ass today, but didn't realize he was talking to a smart ass who was smarter than his ass. So once I counted them all up and he started ringing them in, I asked where the batteries were. Now, I've had people come out of the little cove, if you've been to Stadium Hardware before, if you've been fortunate enough to come to Ann Arbor, Michigan and do so. If not, I understand. But they have a little cove where there's 4 registers, and they can exit out of each direction. And I've asked for a product, and they've literally jumped out, ran and grabbed the product, and come back and finished cashing me out. Now, I wasn't expecting him to do that today. I wouldn't have even asked him to do that today. But I said, hey, I need to pick up some AA batteries. You got any AA's? He pointed, didn't even look around. He just pointed over his shoulder. I'm like, wow. So, okay, no problem. I walked around and went and got the batteries, and I walked back. I didn't trot back. I didn't briskly walk back, speed walk, nothing. I walked over, looked at them as if I didn't know what batteries looked like, found some AA's, and I walked back, holding up the motherfucking line. Because the store was busy. There was no more attendants cashing anybody out. So everybody had to wait. And I don't know if she was a Karen because we didn't have an excursion. But the person that was behind me decided to step up, even though we in the middle of cashing out. She knows we in the middle of cashing out. She steps up and tries to get help in the intermediate. Is that what you call it? Intermediate? Come on, man, get over. She steps over in the intermediate. I'm thinking to myself, well, bitch, you know I gotta finish getting cashed out. You want him to help you while he's helping me? Asking questions that's on her phone that he needs to answer more than one word or basically one sentence answers with. How rude is that? But I didn't say nothing. I just stood there. And when he was done with her, she had to step back so I could step up and finish my transaction. But she couldn't wait that 30 seconds. I know she saw me ask him where the batteries were, and I know she saw him point where the motherfuckers were, so she knew I had to come right back and cash out. Why you need help with that little 37 seconds? If it was even that. I just picked the number out of the air right then, so whatever. So fuck that funky bitch. And like I said, I don't know if this shit's been clear, if it's been pixelating. It was clear when I looked at it on YouTube. It was clear when I looked at it on Facebook. So I anticipated it's clear on Twitter too. Either way, folks don't like that we still here. But y'all didn't do a good enough job of killing us for 246 years. Y'all didn't do a good enough job. And all the women that you raped and produced children, they survived too if you didn't kill them. Because they did kill their own back in the day. They would produce a child and then kill the baby because the baby was black. What you think the baby was going to turn out to be? That's why I said there's no more fence straddlers on this shit. You either with us or you're not. I'm not going to say you're against us. I'm just telling you, you're either with us or you're not. And let the chips fall where they may. We're not dealing with any more fence straddlers. You decide to straddle the fence, I hope you got good balance. Because when that bitch comes down, because we're going to take the fence down. Nope. We're building a wall. Absolutely. What's a fence going to do? That just keeps your dogs in the yard and keeps other dogs out of the yard. We're going to build that wall so y'all don't know what the fuck is going on. And I hope everybody starts jumping on the fact that just having a job is not good enough. You've got to have a plan B. It's not always to go get a business. But there's got to be something else out here. And if we don't get collected and get on code with one another, we're going to miss the boat. I know some people think that all we do is talk about reparations. No, we talk about collective uplift. We talk about business empowerment. We talk about supporting one another. Why? Because that should be first and foremost on our minds at all fucking times. But some of y'all don't understand that, so some of y'all don't do that, and that's why we end up in the positions that we end up in. So fuck it. It is what it is. But y'all be good. I'm going to watch this quick playback and see how good or bad it was, audio-wise and video-wise. And hopefully, Haps got their shit together and I can do some mobiles again. If not, then we sitting still with it. We still here, motherfuckers. All the race soldiers, all the white supremacists. Y'all didn't kill us all. We did not die. We multiplied, bitches.